last night, like the cops stopped the car here and they came to watch it because no one was here. They were just putting the demos, and I came. I said, "Excuse me, no cops allowed here. What are you doing?" And they don't listen to me and they're trying to run away. I said, "Excuse me, stop it!" I stopped it. I don't know. We just came to watch it. I said, "No, you could watch it. I'm just kidding." and I asked madam and the supervisor. I said, "Ask them for the ticket." I said, "Oh, you parked the wrong way parking, so you should get the tickets." And they really, like, because 3 of them are the girls and 1 of the guys. They are like, "Oh, no, really?" I said, "No, don't really want." We're just kidding. No, Australian police is really good people. They don't have
Arrived at early light, glad to be over the reef, touching land, birds floating to our hands, surmounted some low hills, a clover leaf of lakes at the centre, mostly brine. Walked northwards, lizards, reptiles, a rat-like creature. Returned to the ship after 3 days. The Southland hazy in the morning sun.
Whereas of the states of the Commonwealth, Western Australia alone
is expedient to incorporate and endow a university.
Therefore elected by the King's most excellent majesty.
That is the standard I raise. Higher education, as well as primary, for the sons of the people. Free to all in the state who are entitled to it.
There shall be from henceforth and forever in the state of Western Australia a university to be called the University of Western Australia.
Now, where shall we put it?
At last, the new university has opened its doors in a small building facing St George's Terrace on the corner of Irwin Street. Some sheds have been brought down in sections from the goldfield by train. Soon, a clutter of temporary buildings of corrugated iron and weatherboard covers the Irwin Street site. Students are calling it a Tin Pot Alley.
When I arrived to enroll, after the school day finished at 3:30, I had to step across the veranda on the joists as the floorboards had not been laid. A pleasant and helpful clerk assisted my enrolment. Imagine my surprise when I attended my first English lecture later to find that he was the Professor of English, Walter Murdoch.
This one building was the whole university for the first few years, years which were difficult financially, with the state's resources strained by the war and the 1914 drought.
I was there when Professor Ross gave the first lecture on mathematics on the 31st of March 1913. And I remember Professor Ross and his Scottish bride were married a month later in the physics and maths room. And the reception was held in the laboratory.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to study the sedentaries. Now, that group you may not know by that name.
Are you asleep, Mr. Hector? I'm sorry for having sent you to sleep.
No, sir. Although my eyes were closed, I have been listening.
Ah, it is an achievement you share with the Premier.
I can't wait to get out and go on a field trip. We're going to Mundaring Weir.
We went to the hills near John Forest National Park for hours last year. It was wonderful.
Some are surprised that people sent their daughters to uni. Yet we had quite a lot of women in 1917.
Appreciative, and we sang the old songs with tremendous aplomb. We were young, enthusiastic, and at a free university, the only one in the British Empire.
And here motion, do by these presents grant and demise unto the university for the term of 999 years, yielding and paying therefore to us, our heirs and successors, One peppercorn of yearly rent on the 25th day of March in every year.
The competition, announced in 1914 for the design of the future Crawley site, has attracted 26 entries.
The Chancellor's Prize for the design of the Crawley campus will go to Man of Ideas, Harold Desborough Anea.
The first designs were drawn up during the 1920s, but that was only the beginning. Since then, the campus has continued to evolve and grow more beautiful every year.
Considering the importance of fine buildings in the education and refinement of the citizens of a state, I direct that this sum shall be expended by the Senate in the erection of a university hall. And as I desire to have my name associated with it, I suggest to the Senate that it be called the Winthrop Hall.
Oh my God.
The design for Winthrop Hall shall be selected after open competition, invited from Australasia, Britain, America, and South Africa.
Suggests the architecture of Italy, where the sunlight...
It is a harmonious group of buildings without focusing on any particular historical style, yet incorporating the best ideas from widely different sources.
Binding together the wall spaces between the tall windows has its foundation in Grecian art.
The beautiful nucleus was developed, rationalised and adorned in a way as to make it one of the most truly beautiful buildings in the world.
Ladies, hop on in. Hang on tight.
Goodness, there's not much room, is there?
It is a little cosy.
Well, I'll be. You can see the river from up here.
Oh, it's so beautiful. It's going to be grand.
I remember the university as shed-like structures. My father thought it no fit place for students of higher learning. Now, in this fair building, we see the realization of half his dream. When I hand the key to your Chancellor and he throws open the door wide to the men and women of Western Australia, and when the students stream in, then after years stream out again, seeking that wisdom their motto demands, then will the whole of his dream be realized.
enough distractions. Back to study.
It has come into my head, citizens of Thebes, to visit every altar of the gods, a wreath in my hand, and a dish of incense. For all manner of alarms trouble the soul of
Madam, to
Oedipus.
expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, night, and time,
My
time.
out of bed, sleepyhead Polly put the kettle on town hall bell. Lily Smalls, Mrs. Vinan's treasure, comes downstairs.
Promise then success and victory. Bloody thou art, bloody will be thy end.
Its way through Murray Street, Barrack Street and St George's Terrace. At Temple Court, a cabaret will be held, where a prize will be given to the best tableau on a decision of Miss Hackett, Dr Batty and a representative of
Numerous
West
calls to
Australia.
radio and TV stations, and the retrieval of said UFO from near the Narrows created the kind of cross publicity we all know and
The
love.
1937 procession had some pretty larrikin activities in Perth streets. A certain chem student, who later became a distinguished prof, organised the manufacture of amazing stink bombs.
Outrageous student behaviour.
What will this year's crazy poshers come up with to horrify the unsuspecting public? Well, fortunately it's all for a good cause.